This is the Hoops 8 Tournament Preview Show with Sports Director Travis Lee on Channel 8 WMTW.
Well, a year ago, it was Lizzie Gruber of Gardner and Will Davies of Thornton Academy who walked up on stage to accept the Mr. and Ms. Basketball Awards at All-Star Weekend. So many great players this year, it's hard to whittle down that list to 10. But here are the Maine Association of Basketball Coaches semifinalists for Mr. Basketball. The Mr. Basketball semifinalists: Marshall Adams, Edward Little, Chance Mercier, Ellsworth, Ashton LeClaire, Gorham, Zach McLaughlin, Hamden Academy, Sammy Calder, Monmouth Academy, Evan Sterling, Mount Blue, Carter Galley, Oceanside, and Cohen Galley, Oceanside, Pierce Walston, Orono, and Dylan Burpee, Southern Aroostook. Well, there are 10 semifinalists because you have to cut it off at some point, Michael, but any reaction to the boys or the girls Mr. and Miss Basketball semifinalists?
Yeah, you know, starting on the boys' side, not a lot of big names from the Portland area, which is kind of different from what we've seen in recent years. A little surprised maybe not to see Chris Simons or Jesse Comas, but some great names on this list. You've got to wonder if it's going to come down to one of the Galley boys for bragging rights in their household as well as in the state. And then on the girls' side, I think it's fair to say that we have a pretty heavy favorite in Maddie Fitzpatrick. And I mean, you look at some of the greatest players, greatest girls players in the history of Maine, Cindy Blodgett, Lisa Blaze, Sarah Marshall, Allie Clement, Mackenzie Holmes, Anna DeWolf. Every one of them except Mackenzie Holmes won a state title as a senior. And I guarantee you that Maddie Fitzpatrick wants that more than anything else, especially after last year's heartbreaking loss to Oxford Hills in the regional final. But for my money, she's got to be the heavy favorite on that side to win that award. And
for both awards, it's important to note that, you know, the voting isn't done. There's still a lot of time to put some more stuff on the resume before they finalize those two awards. All right. Well, let's turn to AA boys. And South Portland became the 16th school to win at least 2 in a row in the biggest boys division when they went back-to-back in AA last year. Will they make it a three-peat, or is a new champ waiting to be crowned? Mackay Bougie has been clutch for a Sanford team hoping it has its best basketball still to be played. South Portland rebounded to 9-9 after opening with 5 losses. Manny Hidalgo and Gabe Galarraga are impact players, and the supporting cast is starting to mesh. Scarborough plays a style where they'll be in every game. Sophomores Spencer Booth and Carter Blanche have made big contributions beyond their age. South top seed Gorham has the ability to go on crazy runs. Ashton LeClaire, Gabe Michaud, and Caden Smith have the ability to catch fire. But it's been the Rams' underrated defense that's been key to their 16-win season. In the North, Portland is primed for a run. Jesse Camas is still the reigning tournament MVP from last year, and the Dogs' skilled backcourt makes them a tough out. Cheverus hasn't had depth and size like this since the Bob Brown days. Leo McNabb can take over a game, and if he doesn't, there's enough talent still to win. Windham took on all challengers and won in a variety of ways to get the #1 seed in the North. The Eagles complement each other, and when something isn't working, Chad Polkinen has the ability to shift the lineup. The Eagles have 5 players who could carry them in scoring. All right, so let's go to AA North, all right? So really, the regular season was all about getting to a position where you don't have to play a Portland, a Cheverus, a Windham in a semifinal matchup, right? And so Windham wins that battle. They're the 1 seed. And if the seeds bear out, Cheverus and Portland would have to play in a semifinal. Not that someone, you know, Lewiston or an Oxford Hills could pull off an upset, because we've seen it all year with AA. You know, teams have played close. It's, you know, turns into a make or miss league because of that, you know, if a team catches fire, you know, you could see one of those top seeds in the North go down. Yeah, and I mean, and trust me, these top 3 teams are very aware of the teams just beneath them, and we've seen some upsets in recent days, like Oxford Hills beating Portland just recently. What a great story Windham is, coming from 5-13 to 16-2, and they're just such a balanced team. It's a different guy every night that'll get you, and I mean, it seems like they have an inside track to the regional final, but nothing will come easily. And then, you know, Cheverus beat Portland both regular season meetings this year. In fact, Portland hasn't beaten Cheverus in the tournament since 2007. The Bulldogs have been to 5 state finals in the last 10 years, but it's been 7 years since they've won it all. And, you know, this team, if they get hot like they did a year ago when they weren't expected to get to states,
they certainly could make another run. But it's going to be fun to see just how these teams handle the lower seeded teams in the quarterfinals, and then we could see some really terrific semifinals and a regional final in that region.
Yeah, when you're talking about Windham, they played a lot of close games,
Right.
so that's either a really good thing to be ready, or somehow they've let some teams stay with them. Maybe their perfect game is still out there to be played. Now, in the South, Gorham is the #1 seed, and they're a really fun team to watch the way they shoot the ball.
Yeah, no question about it. And, you know, that is an interesting aspect, though, because you've seen so many great shooting teams over the years get over to the Civic Center. Sometimes that doesn't translate into the bigger building. But when Gorham is hitting shots, I don't think anyone can beat them. Ryan Deschaines has done a great job coming over there from Grey New Gloucester to get them to that top seed. You know, this Scarborough team's been a lot of fun to watch all season long. They have, you know, one of, if not the most dominating big men in Spencer Booth. But, you know, you've got a lot of guys who can shoot threes. Liam Jeffords has had a terrific year shooting the ball. Liam Garapi can do a little bit of everything. Carter Blanche, you mentioned. South Portland TA, it seems like every year we talk about them meeting up in the regional final. This is going to be the 7th time they've met in the tournament since 2016, but this year it's going to be a quarterfinal. And I'll tell you, throw Thornton Academy's record out the window at 5-13. They've really struggled, but they've been competitive in every game. I think winning their season finale is going to give them some confidence. And whoever wins that South Portland TA game, that could really be a tough matchup for Scarborough, presuming they can get past Bonnie Eagle, and they had to go double overtime to beat Bonnie Eagle the last time around. So it's going to be a fun tournament. I can't wait. Let's tip this thing off right now.
Yeah, you got to wait till next week. Got to wait till next week. All right, let's have no weather. All right,
Yes.
We'll make a deal
Fingers
on that.
crossed.
And you know, and Deering was one of the 2 teams to beat Gorham.
Right.
And,
And on a given night, Evan Lagasse can go off for 30 points, as we've seen. So that's another team that's in the mix. So there's a lot of fun teams to watch, and that's what's going to make this so enjoyable.
And it is, you know, it's been an interesting year. I wouldn't say that in any class there are great teams. Right. You know, maybe we'll find out in another week or two. We'll be able to say, hey, that was a great team. We've got a lot of great players.
Definitely.
But it's been a year where you wonder, you know, is that really a great team or just a good team? And can that good team get hot and find a way to roll into the, you know, into a gold ball championship game and, you know, and pull it off?
Well, it's prove it time now, and that's why we're so excited to get into the heat of the battle here. And it's been a lot of fun talking about all this with you. So thank
awesome,
you.
Michael. We said this is #9. Next year we'll have an anniversary party for number 10 as we look forward to the tournament here. Thanks for joining us on the Hoops 8 Tourney Preview Show. And of course, once again, 11 o'clock throughout the postseason, you can join us on Hoops.